Have you ever stood in a place where past and future seem to meet? On May 30th, 1922, as the white marble of America's newest monument gleamed in the spring sunshine, a nation faced both its darkest chapter and its highest aspirations. Stay until the end to discover how this dedication ceremony's most powerful moment wasn't planned, and how it continues to shape our conversations about who we are as Americans. 57 years after Abraham Lincoln's assassination, Washington, D.C. buzzes with anticipation. Thousands gather along the newly created reflecting pool, stretching from the Washington Monument to the Potomac. Among them sits an elderly man, watching quietly as dignitaries praise his father's legacy. Robert Todd Lincoln, the president's only surviving son. The monument itself speaks volumes. Designed by architect Henry Bacon as a Greek temple with precisely 36 columns, one for each state in the Union when Lincoln died. Inside, Daniel Chester French's masterpiece, the 19-foot seated figure of Lincoln, his hands telling a story, one clenched in determination, one open in compassion. Consider this. In an age before modern construction equipment, workers placed 38,000 tons of marble and limestone with such precision that the structure stands perfectly aligned today. The statue itself had to be assembled from 28 separate pieces, so massive was its scale. President Warren G. Harding steps to the podium. This memorial, he declares, is not consecrated to the name of Lincoln, but to that which he stood for. Behind the flowery language of 1920s oratory lies an uncomfortable truth about the ceremony itself. Look closely at the crowd. In a painful irony that wouldn't be lost on Lincoln himself, the dedication to the great emancipator takes place before a segregated audience. Black Americans who attend must sit in designated areas, separate from white attendees. When Dr. Robert Moton, president of Tuskegee Institute, rises to speak, few expect his words to become the ceremony's most memorable. As the only black speaker, he addresses both the progress made and the distance yet to travel. So long as any group is denied the fullest privilege of a citizen, the whole nation must suffer. Inscribed on the memorial's walls, Lincoln's own words provide a stark measure against the reality of 1922 America. The Gettysburg Address on one side, the second inaugural on the other, promises not yet fully realized. What the planners of that May 30th ceremony couldn't foresee was how this space would become America's stage for confronting its ongoing struggle for equality. In 1939, when Marian Anderson was barred from performing at Constitution Hall due to her race, she would instead sing at the Lincoln Memorial. And in 1963, Martin Luther King Jr. would stand in Lincoln's shadow to share his dream for America. Today, when you climb those 87 steps and stand before Lincoln's watchful gaze, you're participating in a conversation about America that began on that spring day in 1922, a conversation that continues with each of the 7 million visitors who come annually. The most powerful memorials don't just help us remember the past, they challenge us to build a better future. As Lincoln himself once said, "Be sure you put your feet in the right place, then stand firm." On that May Day in 1922, America placed its feet. Where we stand now is up to us. If this glimpse into the day America dedicated its most meaningful monument has inspired you, hit that like button and subscribe to History Sparks for more moments that shaped our national conversation. What American memorial or monument has most moved you? Share your experience in the comments below. And don't miss tomorrow's video. We'll be exploring another pivotal moment that challenged Americans to live up to their highest ideals. These stories that built our nation are waiting to be discovered. Join us on this journey through time. Click subscribe now and never miss a History Spark again.